Alright, cool. So, bass line. Starting, 7th fret D string. And pedalling to 7th on the A. Now try to move between the strings with different fingers. You can go in middle to index, or ring to middle, whichever is more comfortable. Same thing at 5th, with a different pattern obviously. Remember to try to keep the tune in your head, and if you can't hear it, then it's worth listening to the record and try to play along, or listen to it and then play it back, sort of thing. Down to 3, and when you're walking down 3, 2, open, hit those with different fingers too, walking fingers, adjacent ones. So either middle index open, or ring middle, whichever you prefer. Now if you're feeling really groovy, you can hear me on the 1 and the 3 beat. You can sneak percussive strikes on those loose beats. No pressure, but for fun. If you fancy a go, just hit the string into the frets. So I'm whacking it with the side of my thumb there, and that just hits the string into the actual frets, and it's that chick noise you get against the string hitting the fret wire. Sounds cool. Yeah. The middle bit is the second riff. I mean, that alternating. Does sound very cool. It's quite tricky. It's nice simple voicings here. 2nd fret G string, 1st fret B, and open E string on the top of an A minor chord. Those 3 notes, and you're pedaling between. So it requires some finger work here. That's thumb playing the G, and then the next 2 fingers in line are taking care of the next 2 strings. You can do it strumming actually. It's a little bit more difficult. And then on the very last beat, you've got that. Lovely, that's a D minor chord, which is 1st fret on the top, 3rd fret on the B, and still you can keep your middle finger on the 2nd fret G. Okay, so that's the bass line in that phrase. It goes back to the bass, and then the chord riff, or the actual chord sequence. Now we were talking about strumming versus picking. You can certainly strum it or pick it, whichever is more comfortable. There's one chord there that's quite difficult to grab, so it'll take a bit of practice, and you can just do the top 2 notes of a studio chord. Starting off the top of that A minor, that's 2, 1 open on the top 3, and then you fret top string at 1st fret as well. That's the 2nd chord. Now our next chord moves to a different string set, so it's B, G, and D. 1, 2, 3, like that. So on this hand, you need to control the strum. You either pick the 3 strings, B, G, and D, or run through them and rest on the E string. You mustn't play that top E string. Don't want to hear that, do we? Yes. Now the next chord is lovely. Descend to the same string set with just the 2nd fret on the D fretted. And then this is the big stretch. There's an F chord, D minor, and then here we've got 5th fret on the A string, 3rd fret on the D, and 2nd fret on the G. Now that is a big reach. So what you can choose to do is only play those 2 notes as part of that chord, which sound like this. You're still getting the top of the chord, so it's carrying the tune. And this is something to work towards if you can't quite get it at the moment. I hope that's clear. So it's going to be either, a bit easier is just those two on that third chord. First chord, second, there's the third one, and then the fourth one is the same as the F except moved up 3, 4, 5 across the same string set. I'll play the whole phrase slowly. Now simpler without that A string.